I'm Mike Kilburn.
And I'm Renee Joseph.
And we have a very special show for you today. We do this one annually, and it's called Protect Yourself. And when you hear that, you may think we're talking about like martial arts and learning how to shoot.
But we dig much deeper, such as asking questions like, do you have adequate insurance? What's your access to medical services? And do you have an adequate financial plan for the future?
Yeah, all that and more on today's show.
We start the show off with a man named Brandon Willis. He's a martial arts and fitness professional.
Yeah, it's called Brandon's Gym, and not only can you get in great shape, but you can learn some excellent self-defense techniques.
Brandon's Gym is a premium MMA and self-defense training environment located in Northwest Columbus. We have something for just about everybody in your family. We have a kids program, we have group classes, and we also have a lot of private lessons. Well, the three main facets of MMA and self-defense are strikings and striking defense, takedowns and takedown defense, and ground fighting. It's kind of like a triangle. So we have to have something for each one of those facets. And here at Brandon's Gym, we address that through not only Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu like so many other places around, but we also have boxing and kickboxing as well as wrestling here. So we combine that, and that's our special recipe. This is not about competition MMA. In fact, only a small percentage of our customer base has aspirations of competing in MMA. That's just an excellent way to quantify our skill set and make sure that we're addressing all the relevant facets like striking, takedowns, and ground fighting. You can call or even text 614-203-5568. You can go to our website or www.brandonsgym.com, or you can check us out on social media.
Well, you know, getting sick is never convenient, and getting an appointment at the doctor and sitting in a waiting room is even worse.
You're right. And our next guest is bringing back old-fashioned doctor house calls. It's called Mobile Med.
So Mobile Med is a new concept that brings direct patient care back to Central Ohio and back to the patients. We basically are servicing patients with an at-home visit at their convenience. Preventative care starts with a yearly checkup that includes blood pressure checks, lab work, and possibly an EKG, as well as a physical exam. Preventative care also consists of testing, including mammograms, colonoscopies, bone densities, and female annual exams. Preventative care is very important in diagnosing preventable diseases such as hypertension and diabetes. If we catch these disease processes early, we can get them treated more easily with diet and exercise rather than needing to use medication. We can also find disease processes such as breast cancer or colon cancer at early stages, and hopefully not to have such radical treatments for those as well. Mobile Med can help many people with their preventative care needs. A lot of people have stopped seeing their primary care doctors due to COVID and have lacked some of their preventative care needs. Mobile Med can help those patients by bringing the medical treatment back to them. We focus on treating patients in their homes. We focus on being timely with our patient appointments. And we also focus on patients and allowing them enough time needed for all of their medical care. You can reach Mobile Med at 614-551-8846. You can also reach us on Facebook or on our website, which is www.mobilemed614.com.
Well, buying a home may be the biggest purchase you ever make in your life, but how do you protect yourself against buying a home that is just chock full of problems?
Cat City Inspections can save you time, money, and a headache by doing an inspection on that potential property purchase.
good to have you and Cap City Inspections on the show.
Good to be here.
So tell us, why is it important to get your home inspected?
We all know how crazy the home inspection or the real estate market's been the last couple of years. Our goal is to educate our clients. Buying a home is probably the largest purchase that any of us are going to make during our life.
Give us an example of some of those things that you found that can really be a big dollar item.
Probably the more common things are the do-it-yourself. Someone's taking care of things like electrical. Those are now safety hazards, and we definitely want to get those corrected by a qualified professional. Or more common, probably people do the remodel an area of the home, like the bathroom. They don't always use the proper materials. It might be a leak or something like that, and then that ends up costing the buyer a substantial amount of money further down the road.
As a homeowner yourself and a dad, what are some of the things that should be monitored in the home?
Obviously, the most obvious are smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors. You might be surprised how many homes we go into that don't have enough or not any at all. Obviously, we want to make sure that we're monitoring those things to keep our families safe. If the home has gas furnace, gas-fired water heaters, making sure those are serviced regularly, keeping them operating properly and most efficiently. And then just keeping an eye out for unwanted sources of moisture in the home. Those can lead to mold, mildew, or any other unhealthy living conditions.
And that can be hazardous to you, right? The mold, mildew?
Absolutely. Especially someone with asthma or other, allergy-type conditions can be very serious.
Well, Charlie, great information. I can certainly see where you have a very valuable service for a potential home buyer. Give us some contact information where we can learn more.
We can start out by reaching us at the number on the screen, or you can reach us out at capcityinspect.com, or you can even find us on Facebook.
Fantastic. Charlie, again, thanks so much for being on the show. Appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Well, coming up, we are visiting a shooting center in Central Ohio that has been family-owned for 20 years.
They will tell you what to consider if you're thinking about purchasing a firearm. Stay with us.
Would you like your business to make an appearance on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more.
Like the Out and About Columbus Facebook page for pictures, video, and more on the show, including news, upcoming shows, and even exclusive behind-the-scenes content. That's facebook.com/outandaboutcolumbus.
Miss any of today's show? Now you can catch it all on the go. Just visit onacolumbus.com for past episodes and all of our latest content. AIDS Healthcare Foundation is the largest provider of medical care for AIDS and HIV patients. You may know them here in the Central Ohio area as Out of the Closet.
This nonprofit is coming up with new innovative ways for treatment and advocacy to rid the world of AIDS.
So our hours of operation for HIV testing only is Monday through Saturday from 10 to 7 and on Sunday from 10 to 5. We also have an STI clinic that we operate on Monday and Thursday from 1 to 6 and Saturday from 10 to 2. You can come and be tested for all STIs and get treatment as well, and it's all walk-in and free.
Particularly our focus is HIV care, where we really offer up-to-date treatment options for patients and really work hard at getting people linked to care as soon as possible. It's not uncommon if they get tested at the Out of the Closet Center on North High, where we also have our pharmacy, the AHF pharmacy, but also to get people over to our treatment center, which again is open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday in Franklinton, and we can get people treated for HIV or any of the medical problems that they're identified. Right now we've learned that rapid initiation or getting people linked to care right away and on therapy as soon as possible really is the foundation of care today. So if I ever told you that you had an infection but you should come back months from now, we realize that that's not, again, the best way. So the soonest you can get tested, and if you happen to be positive, get on medication right away, and we can help the patients through that process. If you're looking for specifically HIV care, we have a website called hivcare.org, and you can find links to our appointment options there as well.
Well, Renee, how often do you review your insurance needs?
Never.
Exactly. But we continue to pay premiums, and we just let things kind of roll along on our policies, and then all of a sudden a claim arises, and then you're finally looking at what you should be doing.
And Protect All Insurance is an independent agent that can give you a much-needed insurance checkup.
So Protect All Insurance is an independent insurance agency. We're headquartered here in Dublin, Ohio. We have locations in Bexley, Pataskala, Johnstown, Cleveland. So we serve Ohio, and we deal with insurance for individuals and businesses. We are a full-service insurance agency, so we can provide insurance for individuals for all of their needs, so homeowners, auto, umbrella, life insurance. Commercial lines, we can also service all the needs that a business would have for their insurance, so property insurance, general liability, commercial auto, workers' comp, umbrella. And so we really wanted to have a name that really encompassed what we did, right? So we protect your assets. So Protect All, we protect all of your assets. We are Protect All Insurance. When you do business with an independent insurance agency, it's all about options. So as independent agents, we have options that help us meet your insurance needs. We give you the best coverage possible at the most competitive price. That's different than if you go to, say, a State Farm agent. All a State Farm agent has is what will work for State Farm. So if you don't meet State Farm's underwriting guidelines or another company that only does business that way, then there is no option for you. So with an independent agent, we have all the options. We represent a lot of different insurance carriers so that we make sure our clients have all of their insurance needs met, as I said before. You can contact Protect All Insurance at 614-889-0701. You can go on our website at www.protectallinsurance.com. We have get a quote options there. We have all of our locations listed with our phone number. You could also just use 1-833-PROTECT.
Do you have a good, sound financial plan in place? Well, Edward Jones is celebrating their centennial anniversary, 100 years serving clients.
We asked them what makes a good financial strategy and found out some great information about how to protect your financial future.
I think the thing that Edward Jones finds most important is understanding what's most important to our clients. Everything that we do is centered around the concept that we sit down, we do a discovery, we talk with our clients so that we understand what's most important to them. They probably have multiple goals. We help them understand what those goals are. Sometimes they don't even know what they are. They'll figure them out while we talk, and we'll help them prioritize them. Okay, this is what you told me. These are the things we want to accomplish. Here's the time frame for each of them. Now let's go ahead and prioritize them as to where we want to start. Staying focused on what's most important to them is the number one thing we do here. We believe very strongly that once we get that through that process with them, we partner with them for life. The only way to ensure that they're going to get through these goals, and let's be honest, most of these goals are lifetime goals, is you have to partner with your clients for life to make sure they get there. That means talking to them every year, sometimes multiple times a year, to understand what's going on. Things change. Kids go to college. Kids get married. Loved ones pass away. Anything can happen. We want to make sure by partnering with them for life, we're ensuring that we are with them through the entire journey and that we are there for whoever is there when they're not there anymore to help them take those next steps. Well, I think from the aspect of protection, it's a very broad-based term that you're using to talk about, I have a goal that I want to be sure that I have, whether or not it's making it to retirement, protecting that goal, having enough money for the kids for college, protecting that goal, having enough money to leave to my heirs and protecting that goal, to understand that this is what I want to do. Here are the steps that we can take to make sure that those things happen, protecting it as much as we can. We can't plan for everything, but what we can do is identify what's most important to you and then be sure we put a plan in place that'll help you achieve that goal with as much safety as possible. Some of the best ways to get in contact with me here at the office so we can help are to go to edwardjones.com, and you can simply look me up by my name or by zip code. You can reach out to me directly at john.barker@edwardjones.com. You can call the office at 614-394-9636. And I tell a lot of my clients that I talk to, our prospects, if you drive out front and the red pickup truck's sitting out there, I'm there, knock on the door. Come on in, the door's always open.
Well, coming up a little bit later on in the show, we're going to talk to a company that's been protecting life and property since 1946.
They will tell you about ways to protect yourself and business. Stay with us. Miss any of today's show? Now you can catch it all on the go. Just visit onacolumbus.com for past episodes and all of our latest content.
Like the Out and About Facebook page for pictures, video, and more on the show, including news on upcoming shows and even exclusive behind-the-scenes content. That's facebook.com/OutandAboutColumbus. Well, Black Wing Shooting Center is a 5-star shooting destination. And this shooting center has it all. They have a range, they have training, they have a retail store, and they even do gunsmithing.
Even if you've never held a gun or are new to shooting, you're welcome there.
So Black Wing Shooting Center is a full-service range, retail, and training facility here in Central Ohio. You know what sets Black Wing apart when it comes to training is there's so many facets to Black Wing. You know, we specialize in not providing just the tools, but the skills and knowledge it takes to protect yourself. We have an extensive training program that'll guide you from any point in your journey to help you achieve any of your goals. You know, we've trained anyone from grandma that lives alone that's never shot before to an experienced gun owner who's just trying to sharpen some of their skills. A couple other really neat things we do, you know, we have a women's group that meets once a month. They talk about many topics from defensive shooting to firearm selection. You know, another example is our concealed carry law seminar. We have one of the top firearms attorneys in the entire country. He comes in about once a quarter, talks about, you know, concealed carry, what to expect if you carry, what to expect if you have to defend yourself at home. Speaking of which, we also teach a home defense seminar. That's not just, hey, I have a firearm in the house, but you know, other things to consider all the way out to even the road of your house. And then once you become confident, you know, there's several ways to get involved in the recreation side, making it fun to like practice and enjoy and sharpen some of those skills. What would I tell someone considering to buy their first firearm? This is my favorite question to answer. You have to talk to a professional. Recommendations made by a family member or friend we found is not always best. There's many firearms to choose from these days and it can be very intimidating and people can easily end up with the wrong firearm that's not a fit for them. If you're not comfortable with your firearm, you won't train, you won't practice. As a result, you might not be able to perform. God forbid you have to defend yourself or your loved ones. And what I can tell you is owning a firearm is not enough alone. You have to get the skills, knowledge, and tools, not just a firearm. Please feel free to come on into the store, have a look around, ask any questions you have, but all general information can be found on our website, blackwingsc.com.
Genco Safety Supply has a motto, and that is, we provide a world of safety.
So we stopped by to learn why some of the large projects here in the Columbus, Ohio area use Genco.
Genco Safety is a safety and industrial supplier located here in Columbus, Ohio. We have been in business since 1989. Our company was actually founded by my mother out of our childhood garage. And we mainly support business to business, construction, manufacturing, healthcare. Across the gamut, we supply safety and industry supplies to our end users. We work with a lot of the contractors and job sites in the greater Columbus area because we are a company that offers collaborative selling, meaning they have a problem, we have a solution, and we work together to connect the two. Not only that, but we carry the inventory here in our Central Ohio location. And we're able to get to job sites same or next day pretty quickly because we have our own delivery trucks and delivery services. We also are not going anywhere. We've been in business 32 years at this point, and we're hoping that's another 60 or 90. We'll see what the future holds. The best way to contact us or browse to see the products and the manufacturers that we carry would be to visit our website, which is www.gencosafety.com. We have a pretty comprehensive list of the categories, manufacturers, and the different areas that we're able to service and supply goods from.
Renee, have you ever wondered what the future may hold for you?
I wonder that every day. But coming up, we've got someone that may just give you a little insight. Be right back. Would you like your business to make an appearance on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more.
Like the Out and About Facebook page for pictures, video, and more on the show, including news on upcoming shows and even exclusive behind-the-scenes content. That's facebook.com/outandaboutcolumbus. Well, the backdrop for today's show is Corson Fire and Security, and they've been protecting life and property since 1946. They have a team of highly trained professionals to keep you and your business safe and up to code.
They offer a full line of products and services to fulfill all of your fire protection and commercial security needs.
So here at Corson Fire and Security, protect yourself is really a multitude of things. It's multifaceted, right? We look at securing yourself and your surroundings traditionally as layers, right? So if you think about your home, that's where somebody wants to feel they're most protected, right? That's your kingdom, that's your protected spot. So when you think about that, most people will have multiple things in their home to feel protected, right? That could be anything from a dog to adding exterior lights around your property, right? But obviously the service that we provide would be more or less like a security system to protect the perimeter of your home. We also provide IP cameras that'll be installed around the perimeter of your house. Obviously the big thing right now is doorbell cameras and so forth, right? We've all seen those on the news recently. So, but really it's a multifaceted approach when we really look at protecting yourself. The other services that Corson provides outside of the security front, and that would be our perimeter protection of surveillance and access control like we've talked about. A lot of people don't know that fire is really an aspect that we need to protect ourselves from as well. And Corson offers a full line of fire alarm products and services from install to inspections, and that really starts at the simple fire sprinkler systems that you have. We've all seen those. They're usually in the ceiling, but a lot of times people don't understand that those have to be tested and maintained. So in the event of a fire, that those things actually function properly. Fire alarm systems, they're usually the things on the wall that create a lot of sound and nobody really likes them, but in the event that you need that system to work, we're there to make sure that those systems are operating properly. You can find Corson on the web at www.corson.com. Our main line here is 614-878-2228, and we're also on all the platforms for social media, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn as well.
Well, Homestead Firearms has a unique inventory of antique and modern-day Winchester rifles from the Old West.
This veteran-owned and operated business has a full range of services as well as unique inventory.
Homestead Firearms USA is a home-based, veteran-owned and operated gun store. Unlike any other gun store, I buy, sell, and trade firearms. The one thing I offer folks, because of where I operate, is the prices on my firearms are typically a lot lower than the larger retail stores. And again, that's just because I have lower overhead costs, and I take that savings, I pass that on to the customer by offering them reduced prices in the firearms. I think the one big difference you'll find here compared to other gun stores is the customer service aspect of the business. Too often you go to the bigger gun stores, you have to pull a number tab, wait in line. Once you get to the counter, there's not a lot of conversation that takes place. They're just trying to sell you a firearm. When you come here, I like to have that one-on-one conversation with you. I like to understand what it is you're looking for, whether it's for concealed carry or home defense, or maybe you're just looking for a firearm that you want to take to the range and enjoy the shooting sport with. Yeah, one of the other services that I like to offer is called a gun transfer. So with the internet these days, folks have a lot more choices and options as far as how they want to purchase a firearm. So they can do it online, they can buy from another gun store out of state. Well, part of that process is they have to have that firearm shipped to an FFL like myself, who then helps them through the process of doing the paperwork, the background check, so that we can legally transfer that firearm to that individual. So you can find me at my website, homesteadfirearmsusa.com. In addition to the firearms I have here at my location, I have a much larger selection of firearms and accessories on my website. Also, I ask that if you want to stop by, which I'm more than happy to have you stop by, give me a call, send me a text, or send me an email, and we can set up a time for you to stop by. And it's real easy to do. Just give me a call or send me a text. My phone number is 740-272-2012.
Well, wouldn't it be great, Renee, to see into the future, and that way you would know how to protect yourself, right?
It sure would. And our next guest has been seeing into the future for over 20 years. Susan Rollins is a professional psychic medium. She did some readings on our staff, and boy, were they amazed.
Well, I have been a professional psychic medium. Coming up professionally this year will be 27 years. I was born with these abilities, and so I'm a psychic and I'm a medium. A psychic is the ability to be able to see into the future. I use my third eye a lot. There are many different senses: clairaudience, where you can hear, clairvoyance, where you can see through your third eye. I was born this way. Psychic abilities run in my family, and so at a young age I just decided to turn it into a business because I was doing it for free all of the time, and now I'm internationally known, and this is my full-time overtime career, and I absolutely love it. In July of this year I'll be celebrating 20 years of professional psychic readings with Susan Rollins. So some of my other services are seances, I do magic spells, I do hypnosis, and I also teach psychic development. Every day when I start my readings, because I open up my energy field to other dimensions where there can be existence of good and evil. So my intent is to stay in the good, and that is what my psychic protection means to me. Sweetgrass, some people would call it sage, but it's what we would call a smudge stick. But this is sweetgrass. I usually love to use white sage, but because of the herb becoming over-harvested, it's becoming disrespectful for people to use white sage because of the Native American people and how it belongs to them and it's sacred to them. So if you do white sage for cleansing, please grow and harvest and dry your own. But another great alternative are flowers and sweetgrass. Sweetgrass is abundant, so all you do is just put a little bit, you light it on fire, and you can take it around a person's energy field or even around your house. When my house is cleaned, I sage it too. My website is www.susanrawlings.com, and my phone number is 614-804-1450, and you can conveniently schedule or buy gift cards for any of my services online at my website.
Would you like your business to make an appearance on an upcoming episode of Out and About Columbus? Send your contact information to info@outandaboutcolumbus.com to learn more.
Like the Out and About Columbus Facebook page for pictures, video, and more on the show, including news, upcoming shows, and even exclusive behind-the-scenes content. That's facebook.com/outandaboutcolumbus.
Well, we hope you enjoyed today's show, and we want to send a big thank you to the team at Corson Fire and Security for hosting the show today. Renee, what's coming up next week?
Well, next week, the Arnold Sports Festival is in town, and we have your health in mind. So not only do we want to get you healthy, we want to pump you up.
That's right. And if you missed any of today's show, remember you can always go to our website at onacolumbus.com. That way you can see past shows and see all the things that we do here behind the scenes. Thanks for watching the show.
Have a great week.
We're taking you around Ohio to all the best places to see and do this season. Whether it's local favorites, amazing destinations, and everything in between. Rain or shine, we take you there.